Perfect.
Hey everybody, I'm Jason and welcome back to From Tree to Lumber. Today we're going to continue working on the rafters for the sawmill shed. I made 2 prototypes last week just to finalize the design, so I still have 9 more to cut and assemble. While putting together the first 2, I made up some homemade jigs and templates that will speed things up for the last bunch. There's a lot of careful measuring, marking, and cutting that needs to be done first, then the final 9 should go together in no time.
Now that I have the rafters and these little lookouts, at least I think that's what they're called, as lookouts. That's what I call them, as lookouts. Cut with the right angle. The next thing I want to do is mate them up, just like that, so that both angles are nice and smooth. I'm going to give it a quick clamp. Yep. Everything's lined up nice. I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to scribe right in along this edge. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same under here, all right? Next thing is I'm going to mark this A and A, just so that I know those 2 go together. It shouldn't matter, but you never know, right? So those 2 are done. I'll repeat the same for these next 2 and be right back with you.
I darkened up the knife marks with a sharpened pencil just so I could see them a little bit better when I'm cutting. Then I set the saw to a depth of just a little bit less than an inch, which is roughly halfway through the rafter. The half-lap joints will be finished on the sawmill once I get all 3 rafters and lookouts pre-cut.
Here's what I've devised for the sawmill to cut these lap joints. I just got this plywood kind of screwed down. I've got my rafter coming in at a 30-degree angle. This 2x4 is screwed to the plywood so it sets the angle. You can see I've got the end of the rafter up on my little stand over there and kind of shimmed up. Now there's a bit of a dip to it just because of the weight of the rafter. Plus it's, you know, got a little bit of a hook in it, not that much, but so I've got that kind of raised up so that this end down here is actually level, okay? So that when the blade comes in, it meets and gives me a nice parallel cut. And then when it hits this line here, the relief cut that I put in, then that piece just falls off.
Since this was the first cut, I kind of had to play around a little bit before getting the depth to be just where I need it to be. And there's a little bit of variation in the thickness of the rafters, but they're close enough that I can be off just a little bit without much concern. The nice thing about this method is that any thickness variation can easily be made up when cutting the lookout. And once again, as long as they're close, I'll be happy.
There you go. Okay, I just did a test fit and it wasn't quite right, but it's because I've got a little ridge right there where the bandsaw didn't meet that cut there just perfectly, so I just got to take in a chisel and just clean that up. Okay, there we go. See that? I mean, it's off by a little, but not very much. It's just a little proud, but that's okay. Over here, it's so close. Close enough for me. Okay, now all I do to finish them is just drill a couple of holes to put in some 3/8 bolts, and then I'm going to put a couple of pins in it, but I'll wait until I've got them all done and I'll put the pins in the end.
With everything set up and ready to go, it took almost no time at all just to finish cutting the other 2 and getting them bolted together. The sun is getting kind of low though, so I'm going to have to finish up tomorrow. I've made a template that sets the bird's mouth back 1 foot from the seam here where the joists and the lookout come together.
And that way I can keep it nice and consistent so that their peak will be fairly straight. So then I just mark it out with a pencil, and then I have just to flip the rafters up. Got my little electric saw set for a 15-degree angle at just about the right depth. I just have to make 3 scores across, and then take the electric saw, the big electric saw, because this one won't cut through the 2 inches, cut the bird's mouth off, and then clean it up with a chisel in the end. Next thing I want to do is put in the 2 wood dowels. I know that these 2 3/8 carriage bolts are probably more than enough to hold this thing together. I would have preferred to do it all with wood dowels, but I couldn't figure a way out to put the dowels in so that these wouldn't separate, right? So I'm going to use both dowels and the bolts.
Does anybody out there actually know if there's a way to make these rafters without the galvanized hardware? I'm really curious. Let me know in the comments.
So the idea here is the strength really needs to be in this axis, okay? I'm sure, again, these are more than enough, but I'd feel better, so I'm going to drive in 2 dowels right there, all right? And I'm going to do it by hand. And the reason I'm going to do it by hand instead of with a drill press is I don't want them to be perfectly straight. I want them to be slightly imperfect. And the idea behind that, of course, is that since these are tight together, if they're in on a kind of wee bit of an angle, then there's no way that these are going to want to separate at all, especially with the 2 bolts. So that's the idea. Probably overkill, but it makes me feel better, and I think it looks a lot better. Okay, so I'm doing this so that the sawhorse is right underneath the wood so it doesn't blow through. And it's a slow process with these little bits, but it gets there. Okay, I've got the hole slightly offset now. Perfect. Now what I do is I just flip her up like that. See, they've come through a nice bit. I'm going to take my trusty old back saw here off, and I'm going to cut them off so that maybe about 1/4 of an inch sticks out, just for looks, you know. And the nice thing is these pins are, I'm just going to sharpen them again, right? I'll just take them over, put a point on them, and I can use these for the next rafter.
All right, I know I said I tried to get help to put these up, but I'm kind of stubborn and just a tad impatient, so I just did it myself. Really, they weren't that bad to maneuver. It was more exercise and balance, not so much lifting. I just took my time and got them in place.
There you go. There's the first 5. I haven't got them set in yet. I'm going to do that when they're all up because there's still a little bit of work to do. I still have to cut the back bird's mouth, which I'll actually do in place so I get it just exactly where I want it. So yeah, pretty happy with that. Only 6 more to go.
Now that I've shown you my design, I'm just going to push through and finish the last 6 without much explanation. Recording this stuff really takes a lot of time. And it's actually starting to sprinkle a bit of rain, so I'm probably just going to try to prep them for the sawmill on a better day anyway. It's now a couple days later and it's actually still sprinkling rain, but I've got time this afternoon, so I'm just going to have to get wet, I guess. By the end of that day, I was able to get all 11 rafters finished to the point that I could put them up on the beams. The next step will be to position them properly and then anchor them in place.
Okay, next step is to attach these rafters. First thing I have to do is cut bird's mouth out of the back here, though. You have to make sure that this rafter is pushed nice and tight up against the top beam there, so that the top bird's mouth is pushed right up against it. You make just a little mark right on the corner where the beam and the rafter meet, and then you have to make a nice square line straight up. Okay, you have to go square off of the rafter, not off of the beam. That, and you take the template, make sure it's flush on the bottom, okay? And then you have to line this corner up here to the line, and then trace out where you want to cut it.
because this is already joined up at the top, right? So it kind of has to pivot down. So when it comes down, it will actually move that way just a little bit, and then it'll come up nice and tight to the beam here.
But before I cut it, I'm just going to go down the line and mark everything. It only takes a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tack them in place for now, double check that everything's right, and then I'll go back and I'll nail the whole thing in. I have to pre-drill these rafters because they're kind of hard. You know, white oak is a bit of a handful. I'm using hot dipped galvanized nails or spikes. You can't use regular nails in oak, or you can't really use anything but stainless steel or hot dip galvanized, because the tannins, I guess, in the oak will turn these black, and they will actually rust them out in no time. I'll come back, I'll put another nail into them, and I've also got hurricane ties for the whole thing. But right now, like I say, I just want to get it kind of in place, make sure that everything's measured out correctly, and then I'll worry about nailing her down forever. So I'm kind of curious if there's any like real timber framers out there. You're probably cringing watching these videos, right? But I'm doing the best I can. How would rafters have been joined to the beams in proper, like, no nails days? I've been trying to think about this for a while. The only thing I could think of is I could actually drill holes in here and put like wood nails in, little dowels, but I don't know what the right way is. So if anybody actually knows, I'd love to hear from you, because I couldn't really find much when I did my little internet search on it. So just curious.
With all the rafters up and trimmed to length, I just have to measure everything up and order the roof early in the week. I'm told that it's going to take about a week for it to come in, which should give me lots of time to put up the fascias and strapping. That's all I've got for this week. Thank you very much for watching. It looks like this is going to all be wrapped up in time for my surgery at the end of the month. What a relief.